Downtown between Brush Street and I-375. That's where we're located in the heart of Detroit. Okay, Coach, coming to you from the venue that hosted the Super Bowl back in February of '06. Welcome to Ford Field in downtown Detroit. Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels just a short time ago. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Minnesota Vikings. Getting toward the halfway point of the NFL season, Week 7 is underway on EA Sports. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. The second-year man from USC, this is Ronald Jones. Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. He'll wind up getting 3 on the keeper there, but it leads to a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. This time Jackson will throw it. And he's got Kyle Rudolph. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. Play action. Now Jackson. Flush to his right. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
After the sack on 1st down, Jackson. He rifles one that's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. CD, I know it's just his 2nd year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, 2nd year, as you noted, on-the-job training. So he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10.
He's coming. We got double up.
Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he tried to bounce it outside, but they'll stop him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is 3rd and long. From the gun, a run for Johnson. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. A stop there on 3rd. They could have held him to 3 on this opening drive. Now they have to bow their necks on 1st and goal.
And if I'm looking at this from the offense's point of view, that's a big-time pickup right there, and I go right at him with another momentum play. I go quickly and attack them because right now they probably have their heads down a little bit since they didn't stop him on 3rd down.
And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. Kerryon Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Prater for the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. Oh, did he hang on to it? He did on the dive. Nice grab. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. From the gun, Jackson. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. On 3rd down, Jackson. Open man is Thielen. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Here's Jones. Room here to run. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are on the board here in this 1st quarter. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolt. And off he goes.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A 3-yard pickup.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. Out of the gun, Stafford. He's going to launch this thing. Wait, he's got a man complete. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's a gain of 31 with right around 1 minute to go in the quarter. So the big play moves him all the way across midfield to the 40 now for 1st and 10. Johnson. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Set. Red 80. Combo. Drill right. 22. Five.
Throwing on second down. Stafford. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
The second down completion got him 7. Now here's 3rd and 3. These two teams all tied after 1. They had the catch on second down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here. They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. And a loss of 3 to bring up 4th.
A 3-yard loss on the play.
And this one is no good. He missed it. And this game will remain tied here in quarter number 2. Now listen, now no kick from 50-plus is a gimme, but here you're indoors in a dome. You'd think ideal conditions.
Yeah, and it's one that he would expect himself to make, not just us expecting him to make it. Over the years, my theory is very simple. The athletic ability of kickers continues to get better and better. Check their backgrounds. They were all county, all state, at other positions, not just soccer players. These guys expect themselves to be great as well.
They'll start the drive with a carry by Jones. And this one's going to go the wrong way, losing yardage back at the 42. It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. This is Jones. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. 13 yards as the Vikings pick up the 1st down. We've seen him break off a big run already in this game, and for a second, that one looked like it might be another.
Yeah, I think that any defense would say, look, we can't let him get to the 2nd level, because sometimes he'll break off the big run on his own, but oftentimes you get additional blocking at the 2nd level, which gets you deeper into the secondary.
After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
Slam. Kill. Hey, turn it up. It's free. He's coming, double up.
Jackson from the shotgun. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
And they'll keep on the ground with Jones. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down. Running right, Jones. And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up third down. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. They go play action with Jackson. Steps away to his left. That is caught right at the 10-yard line.
Here we go.
And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. A nice pickup of 23 on the 3rd down conversion.
Here we go. Here we go. Check nickel, nickel, nickel. Check.
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. From 10 yards out. And the Vikings have taken the lead. Bailey got the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula that got them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. And now the first throw for the backup quarterback. He's going to let this one go deep. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off around the 27. And they're going to set up shop at the 27-yard line.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13. They'll try the right side with Jones. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line. This will be a loss of 3 and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. From the gun, it's Jackson. Dancing to his left. And under the Lions' pressure, he's brought down. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Back deep, Danny Amendola. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Only 2 punts for him last week in the loss as he gets this one away. Amendola set to return it. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Lions will have excellent field position here as they take over 1st and 10. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
Now Johnson. And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. From the gun, here's Stafford. Flushed out right. He's going to take off with it. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain.
Double right. Hey, watch it, watch it. Hey, moving.
On 3rd down, Johnson.
I got you, boy.
And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. They get 5 out of that one, and it moves the chains.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey, set, lady. All day, all day. Hey.
Now a first down throw, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with his 2nd TD of the game, his 6th on the year. As they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point good by Prater. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play, because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
Meanwhile, they take a shot to start the drive, but this is going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Tight right. Alert. 3 down.
To throw is Jackson. Going to throw again. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
1 sec. Watch twist. Kill. Sponge. No. Truck.
And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter.
Tight ends right. You got 3 down. He's
Final play of the half here. It's Jackson being chased out left. He's going to throw one up for the end zone. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Let's go!
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. First half showed us some pretty good offense. Tie game, we'll see what the second half brings.
And it'll be interesting because I think both sides feel pretty good about what their offenses are doing. Got to wonder what adjustments are being made defensively to try and get...
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Give him 30 yards there. Well, you had all halftime to think about what you wanted to do to start the second half. They came out with a big one.
Does that not beg the question? What was happening in the other locker room at halftime? Was that the one play they didn't cover as a possibility? Because they just gave up a big, big gain.
So the big play moves them all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. Now a 10th carry for Johnson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Stafford eluding the pressure right. And his throw is going to be incomplete. The Alabama man, Dre Kirkpatrick, there on the coverage.
And now offensively it's 3rd and 10, and I'm just thinking to myself, actors always say, what's my motivation before a big scene? Right now the play caller's thinking, what have I done before that's worked well that I can go to right now?
Yeah, because they were pretty successful in the first half scoring points. Haven't done anything so far here in the second half. Throwing on 3rd down. Stafford looking deep down into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the Pro Bowler, Anthony Barr. First possession of the 3rd quarter, an interception, so maybe a second half tone setter.
Indeed, and not the tone they wanted to set. That's the equivalent of running out the wrong door and running into your pool instead of running out onto the field. A real dud for that one.
Has that happened to you before?
No, but I've heard stories about teams actually doing that back in the good old days.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3. A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. Tight end Irv Smith, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. And a diving grab. I think he got that. Yes. A very solid gain of 27. Catch number 100 for his career right there, and it's good enough to keep the chains moving. To throw is Jackson. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. 17 yards, 1st down, Vikings. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And this one hauled in by Rudolph. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. He'll get 15 and a Vikings 1st down. Jackson now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10. Now a give right side. Jones. Touchdown, Vikings. Ronald Jones with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Extra point up and good by Bailey. And the lead is now 21-14. Bailey now to kick it away after the touchdown. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what, a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
To throw is Stafford. And his pass incomplete. He was looking for his big tight end there, Jesse James. But it'll be second down.
Just work with me a second here, because in my lifetime, seeing how quarterback percentages have changed in throwing the football, I mean, back in the good old days, if you were around 50%, you were doing okay. But now, you need to be 65 to 70% to be considered an elite quarterback. And in this ball game, I feel like we're playing old school, right around 50%.
Yeah, he's under 50%. He needs to start hitting more targets. Another throw on second down, and this one incomplete as well. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard.
Middle. Go. Hey.
To throw on third down, Stafford. James has it. But he is down deep into Minnesota territory. A big play there for Detroit. 46 yards.
I know we love our jobs, and pretty much any play we see, we're pretty, excited about. But big plays, let's face it, that's what we absolutely live for. How about that one?
That was great. And what our camera missed was the fist pump from the sideline after that catch. They're fired out. That's a big gain. He will push his way down to about the 14. They had the huge play last time. Here it is a much smaller gain of 2.
Brings up 2nd and 8 at the 14-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
I got him. 40 got. Hey, switch gears. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey. What happened?
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. Bowls him, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Bo Scarborough, his first touchdown on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Prater on to add the extra point. He's got it, and we're all tied at 21. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll go again to Jones. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They juked him. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
I'm going to get you all at the 44-yard line.
Ready. That's it. Let's go. Turn left. Out. 3 down.
Now this time he'll look to throw. He's got his man Sharp complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. Excellent execution, and now they're set up nicely.
Are they ever? Red zone? I wonder what the next play call is going to be, because after a big play like that, a lot of teams like to use the momentum to launch another one.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. On the counter, here's Jones. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Again, it's Jones. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves him with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
On a 2nd and long, it's really nice to see an offense that has enough confidence to run the football in that situation. I think that goes back to their practice and game planning. They've seen things that they've seen on tape and in previous games that led them to believe that even in a long-distance situation, they can still run the football and gain enough yardage to put themselves in a good spot on 3rd down.
And he'll get inside the 10, but he's short of the line he needed. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down. The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Bailey's kick is good. And they have taken the lead here in the 4th quarter. So the drive here ends with a field goal. It does give them the lead, but this one's still certainly a long ways from over.
It definitely puts a lot of pressure on your defense to hold the lead, right? They're happy to have it and happy to be out there trying to do so. But I know as a former player, in the back of their mind, they're thinking, why don't you score the touchdown and seal this thing?
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
If you're thinking of a comeback here, you go to 2016. That's when Stafford had an NFL record 8 fourth-quarter comebacks. But last year, despite playing all 16 games, he had 0. On second down now, it's Johnson, and they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Let's get off the field. Alert! Hey, Zoo.
On 1st and 10, Stafford. Complete to Jones. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Michael Pierce, in all of his 340-pound glory, gets the sack.
Well, the beauty of screen passes is they take a little time to develop, and they can often hit big, but sometimes they take too long to develop, and sometimes you get sacked.
Yeah, what's perfectly called for a defense to attack a screen?
Typically a blitz, and even though people think that the screen operates against the blitz, if you have the blitz called and you still cover the screen, now that allows your blitzers to get there.
The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Well, partner, when you ask anyone other than your QB to throw the ball, you must have a lot of confidence or you think you're really going to fake them out, and it looks like they did exactly that.
Yeah, going deep in the playbook and a great grab on the other end. Here's Johnson. Dre Kirkpatrick, the cornerback, up to make the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Zebra. Watch the safety creep. Check.
Again, it's Johnson. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
And that's one of those who like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Here we go, 3rd and 1. Gut check time on both sides.
X3, 218, chopper. Shit. Deuce. Hey, deuce. All right, boys, here we go.
They'll run it with Johnson. And he's going to have the first down at about the 38. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Well, partner, what do you think? Might have been 4 down territory if they didn't pick it up, but...
Yeah, it's a moot point now. I was curious, so if they didn't get it there, would they have gone for it? I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, we didn't have to make that call, but I have a feeling both of us would have said, go for it.
And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
Hey, 260. Combo. I got you, boy. 159. 10. Check out route. Hot. Hey. Me.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Set. Red 80. 11. Twist. Hey, easy.
Now Scarborough. And not much of a hole there as he gets it down to about the 24-yard line. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Zero.
There's Johnson. He's been busy this afternoon. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4.
Shift. Check. Cross. Hey.
They go to Johnson again. Johnson with a burst, a first down or more. And he takes this one in for a Lions touchdown. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Lions are going to jump back in front.
Well, 3 scores in this game. I think that deserves some type of a broad gesture. I know in hockey, that's called a hat trick, and people throw their hats out on the ice. What about us? What can we do for this guy?
Well, if I'm his teammates, I'm buying him a little steak dinner tonight, right? At least a skirt steak, probably a filet.
Oh, you're going big. I like that.
Yeah, I mean, skirt at minimum,
skirt
filet
steak,
at maximum.
You can't give the guy a skirt steak. He scores 3 times.
Filet,
There you go.
10 ounce, 16 ounce.
Porterhouse.
Fine. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. A good run there on 1st down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2. Now Jackson escaping the pressure right. And now he's going to use his legs. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up 3rd.
Well, he strung it out as far as he could, and I like the fact that he kept his eyes downfield, but he finally ran out of time and room. But I'll take that over forcing it downfield and possibly having it intercepted.
For the Lions, an extra DB in the game now here on 3rd down. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And he's going to have the 1st down yardage to the 35. Move the chains, a gain of 7 on 3rd down. Now Jones. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 34-yard line.
Ready. Motion back. Go.
He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. This is caught inside the 15. Touchdown, Vikings. A big play there in the final minute. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range, or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Switch it. Come on, switch it. Hey, box drop.
Stafford now to throw. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. 22 yards there, a 1st down. Stafford now 11 of 17 passing thus far. He's got his guys a 1st and 10.
Alert! Bravo!
Now it's Stafford. James has got it. Complete. They'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. The Lions now going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds remaining. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10.
32! 22! Hey, orbit! Hey!
Back to throw. And that'll be intercepted by the Pro Bowl safety Harrison Smith. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
They'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 2-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
And now here comes their final timeout as they take it with 8 ticks remaining. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Only one timeout defensively, so this should just be a simple kneel down.
I agree totally. I looked at my time management chart. It says take a knee, victory formation. They just have one timeout left, and that should be all she wrote.
By the way, it's a good thing you can read that because nobody else can.
Not with my chicken scratch, not at all.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And I tell you, these division games never for the faint of heart, but they come through with a tight victory here on the road.
And you find yourself working harder in a game like this too, don't you?
Yeah,
because you got to stay with it, right? You got to stay with it. You got to stay locked in. It's our type of a game. And you just mentioned it. Division game, on the road, tight, and they find a way to win it. Way to hunker down, as my old coach used to say, and find your way through.
So for the Vikings, they move back over 500 now at 4-3. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Detroit, the loss will drop them to 4-2 on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.